Welcome, everyone. We are the many. We're grateful to be with you. And we're grateful to be collaborating with our friends in the BTS Center in this online series of Laments with Earth. As it's getting colder in the Northern Hemisphere, as days are growing shorter and nights longer, this is, not surprisingly, a time when many become more aware of their feelings of stress and fear and loneliness. Even as festivals and celebrations in many cultures and traditions during this time remind us of hope, they also somehow often feed those feelings of despair or distract us from honestly feeling them.
So we hope this time together can help all of us pay attention to the sparks of hope, while also being honest about the realities of our lives and our earth. And right now, in this season when we gather around fireplaces and light candles, we want to be honest about the reality of fire. Fire that can warm our bodies and hearts, but can also destroy our world. We invite you to join us in speaking some of what's often unspoken this time of year, especially the grief and loss we experience because of climate change and environmental injustice. And we invite you to join with us in turning once again to our Creator God, in spirit and in truth, to look for hope and healing for our world and for ourselves.
Feel free to gather with us tonight in any way that seems comfortable to you, and we invite you to share your prayers and laments in the chat or comments. Let's begin.
Come in and breathe. Come in and just be. Breathe. Breathe. If you need to pray, if you need to weep, wherever you are, whatever you need, come in and just be. Come in and just breathe.
Hear these words from Exodus 3, 2-5. The angel of God appeared to Moses in flames of fire, blazing in the middle of a bush. The bush was burning, but did not burn up. God saw that Moses had stopped, and said to him from the bush, "Moses, Moses." Moses said, "Yes, I'm here." God said, "Don't come too close. Take off your shoes. You're standing on holy ground."
Please join with us in this gathering prayer. Wherever you may be in this moment, we invite you to say or sing the responses with us.
God, when the world's on fire, we look for you. When our sadness and grief have turned our hearts into ashes, we cry out for you.
We wait for you. We wait for you.
We want to hear you call to us from burning bushes with answers and hope, with a way to fix all that's been broken. We listen for you.
Oh, refining fire that makes all things new. We long for you, but we are also afraid of getting too close. Sometimes we run from you. And tonight, we also ache for you.
We wait for you. We wait for you.
Oh God, in this advent of our uncertainty and longing, in the middle of our burning despair, and as we wait for a miracle, in this holy tension of in-betweenness, help us take off our shoes. Help us breathe. Help us be here on holy ground.
When we feel alone, we wait for you. When the way's unknown, we wait for you. We wait for you. We wait for you. Hope of all creation, we wait for you. We wait for you. Through a stream of tears, we wait for you. Through a maze of fears, we wait for you. We wait for you. We wait for you. Hope of all creation, we wait for you. We wait for
Hear these words from Psalm 102. God, listen. Listen to my prayer. Listen to the pain in my cries. Don't turn your back on me just when I need you so desperately. Pay attention. This is a cry for help.
I'm Di Rayson. I live on Biripi country on the east coast of Australia. I wake up and I can't see the sunrise for the smoke. The mountain is on fire, but it's still winter. I head down to the creek bed that is dry, bone dry and littered with bones, scapegoats on the altar of coal. I take off my shoes and my feet hold the smooth river rocks, suffocating in the air. I'm on holy ground. The new language of ecology reminds me of the old language of Trinity and interrelationships, holiness and sacredness of earth and land, an earthly Christianity that speaks into the relationships we have with our land, the animals we share it with, the plants and the birds and the fungi under our feet who share their stories with the trees. A new way of speaking of Christ as the author of the dark emu in the Milky Way and whose stardust builds all life on earth. Now we understand the whole biosphere is interconnected. There can be no others now. We're all one body.
At the same time, we gather around fireplaces with family and friends this season. As we light our Advent candles and put up the sparkly lights, we also know that same fire that comforts and encourages us is now out of control. Extreme wildfires have become a way of life and death in our world, and the fossil fuels that provide the electricity to keep those lights we love so much twinkling are also killing our planet.
Sometimes we feel frozen in this paradox, and sometimes we just want to numb ourselves out and forget. Because in this season that's supposed to spark hope, when we think about our Earth, it so often feels like all hope is lost.
And we wonder where God is when our world is in flames, when fire burns through our hope for this earth and we can't put it out. The reality of right now makes it very difficult to see how this can possibly end well.
The sky is filled with fire tonight. The smoke fills our lungs. What are we doing? What have we done? What are we doing? What have we done? The water's running dark tonight. We're drinking a ruin. What are we doing? What have we done? What are we doing? What have we done? We can't say we didn't know. We can't say we didn't see. Our tears don't mean a thing if we turn away again. Is this how the world ends? Is this how the world ends? The city's washed in tears tonight. Hope is on the run. What are we doing? What have we done? What are we doing? What have we done? We can't say we didn't know. We can't say we didn't see. Our tears don't mean a thing if we turn away again. Is this how the world ends? Is this how the world ends?
In a moment, we're going to enter into a time to share our laments and confessions. Cries of regret and repentance, grief and loss, and longing for justice are woven throughout our scriptures, and they are no less meaningful today. Lamenting together can be a holy act of resistance to the accepted cultural lies we tell ourselves. Lies like, it's not that bad. There's nothing I can do. Lament is an antidote to giving up and sinking into despair. And sometimes, in miraculous ways, it transforms us. It's how hope and change are born.
The Bible describes God as a consuming fire, a refining fire. And fire is often a symbol of God's presence and power in stories like the burning bush and the tongues of fire at Pentecost. But as strongly as we hold these images of fire, we also hold others, scenes of beautiful God-created places in our world decimated by fire, people and animals and plants and total ecosystems destroyed. Our beloved world turned to ashes. Like the children's rhyme, ashes, ashes, we're all falling down, whether we know it or not.
Tonight we hold both things, the goodness of fire, our need for fire, alongside the destructive power of fire. We hold both our need for warmth and light, and also how these needs, unchecked, have so often led to injustice and deep harm on an individual level and on a global level. Because of our actions, our world is now out of balance, and fire is out of control. As we begin, feel free to share your own laments and confessions in the chat. At the end of each one, we invite all of you to respond, "Oh God, hear our prayer." Let's begin.
According to a new study, every year the burning of fossil fuels kills nearly 9 million people worldwide, and an estimated 350,000 just in the US alone. 9 million people. That number seems unreal, unimaginable. How can we possibly mark all these deaths, name and mourn all these lives lost? God, we cry out to you. O God, hear our prayer.
The largest delegation who attended COP26 was from the fossil fuel industry, with more than 500 lobbyists. This is more than the number of delegates from Puerto Rico, Myanmar, Haiti, the Philippines, Mozambique, the Bahamas, Bangladesh, and Pakistan combined, and more than double the official indigenous constituency. God, how is change ever supposed to happen when greed always seems to win? We don't know how to fix this, and we feel so powerless in the face of it. God, we cry out to you. O God, hear our prayer.
51 million people are being displaced from their homes every year all over the world because of extreme wildfires and the climate changes caused by the burning of fossil fuels. Those with the fewest resources are the ones hurting the most. Many are forced to live in crowded camps with poor sanitation, and they will never return home. Oh God, we can only imagine their sense of loss and fear and the daily struggles they face just to stay alive. God, we cry out to you. Oh God, hear our prayer.
We come to you tonight, heartbroken by our own part in all of this. For more than 100 years, the burning of fossil fuels has kept our cars moving, kept the lights on in our homes, powered our computers and TVs, and kept us warm. Oil, coal, and gas provide about 80% of our energy needs. We confess how attached we are to all these things, how we can't imagine living without them, how hard any of this is to change, and how little, sometimes, We really want to change. God, forgive us. We cry out to you. O God, hear our prayer.
For the beauty of the earth, for all life that lives on it. Forgive us, help us speak the truth, help us love the way you do. Help us love. Help us love, help us love the way you do. Help us love, help us love, help us love the way you do. Help us love, help us love. Help us love the way you do. Help us love the way you do.
One of the amazing paradoxes in creation is that out of ashes, life can begin to grow again. The potassium in wood ash helps root development and stimulates new growth. It seems kind of impossible, miraculous even, kind of like that baby born 2,000 years ago in Bethlehem, the child of exiled parents without wealth or power or even a place to call home. That baby that grew up to usher in a new way of being in the world, not one based on violence and destruction and greed, but on extravagant, impossible love. So as much as ashes feel like an ending and a reminder of all that's so wrong, they can also be a reminder that God is not done. Impossible happens, and that there are still miracles that ribbon their way through our days, little sparks of hope and love, like stars that show us the way. We invite you in the next few moments to name some of the miracles you're seeing, however small and flickering and seemingly insignificant. Tell us in the chat, where are you finding hope? Where are you finding ways to be love?
May the God who is always and forever with us and for us fill us with hope and show us how to be the holy fire of your love on this broken and beautiful earth. As we close, we invite you to say this with us. You are not alone. I am not alone. We are not alone. You are not alone. I am not alone. We are not alone.
The earth cries out, nothing feels right. The world cries out, no justice in sight. Fires burning everywhere. Too many, too high, too bright. We are waiting for you. We are waiting for you. We are waiting for that Gloria in excelsis Deo. Gloria in excelsis Deo.
The child cries out, don't turn out the light. Broken hearts cry out, no end of hurt inside. Greed and guns rule everywhere. Too many, too strong to fight.
We are waiting for you. We are waiting.
Let us be your arms of love. Let us be the ones that say there is another way. Let us be a sign of hope. Let us be your arms of love. Let us be the ones that say there is another way. Let us be a sign of hope. Let us be your arms of love. Let us be the ones that say there is another way.
We are waiting for you. You are waiting for us too. We are waiting for the Gloria in excelsis Deo. Oh, Gloria in excelsis Deo. Oh, Gloria in excelsis Deo. Oh, Gloria in excelsis Deo.
We are waiting for you. You are waiting for us too. We are waiting for you. You are waiting for us too.
Thanks for being with us tonight. These are challenging times, but it's good to be with friends.
It was so good to be with you all. Thank you for having us. Be well. Take care.
Peace and blessings to you.
Go with grace and love, and may God bring you into the fullness of who you are called to be this week.
May the Lord bless and keep you.
Hey everyone, thanks so much for being here, and I hope you have an amazing week to follow.
Thanks for spending time with us tonight. It's been an honor to be with you. Peace and blessings on you.